welcome to Monday's 2 Point Conversion with very, 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 very extra special, extra special guest host, Garrison, whom I love more than words can say. What's up,
Thank you, thank
Garrison?
you, thank you,
What's
thank you.
up?
Those are kind words. Cheers, cheers. Not much, just living life, one day at a time. Um, just keeping busy. Dynasty football is crazy in the off season. My football never stops. I mean, I go off season dynasty mode. I mean, I'm up to I think 27 dynasty leagues, and
What?
then I have 5 redraft leagues. Most of them are just home leagues, though. I don't like to do redraft league with like out of town people and that stuff because that's not fun. Redraft league should be about home people. People you actually know and play with and see every day. Like because think about it. You go hang out on Sunday where either at home watch football or you go to a bar or somewhere to go watch football. What better way to watch it than the person you're playing with? Be like, hey, bro, I'm playing you this week. Let's meet at the bar.
All right, I have a serious question. So this is like pivoting from what we're supposed to talk about. So right now, that's 32 leagues that you're in that you have to do a
Yeah,
lineup for, right?
yeah,
Um, and then you are like the DFS guru. How do
yeah.
you how do you manage? How do you do this?
I
I honestly want to know. I
I
honestly
have
want to know.
tools. I have tools. One of my favorite tools is Fantasy Pros. Obviously, I do rankings for them.
Okay.
Um, they have awesome tools like where they have a what they like to call it autopilot. So
Okay.
let's say a player on your team gets declared out, right? So when that out goes on your player's logo, right?
Right.
As soon as that happens or there's news and anything, Fantasy Pros allows your team to adjust it and change it to the next highest projected player you have on your team. So let's say you remember that morning that Alvin Kamara got declared out at 7
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah.
and everybody flipped the f out.
Yep.
It was hilarious, and I didn't worry about it. I'm doing my DFS research. I knew that my team, whatever team I had Alvin Kamara on, that they were going to take care of my next highest projected player. I'm not gonna go to waiver wires because there's nothing out there. Like
Right.
unless I knew that I had a chance, cool. The real question you should be asking: how do you do waiver wires on Tuesday night?
That's
That
true too. But
the
no, like, okay, I just want to know the whole time management thing. Like, when do you? Okay, let's start with the dynasty and the redraft, the leagues that you have to actually change players. When do you start? So Tuesday night, you start looking at those.
so I'll give you. I do have a schedule.
Okay, I want the schedule.
Um. So Sunday finishes right. Sunday
Right?
finishes. I'm done.
No,
It's
Monday.
over.
Monday games.
Monday morning. I usually check for injuries. That's
Okay.
the first thing because I have to go look and see what injuries I missed. Because I can't. I watch all the game. I watched Red Zone the whole time.
Ugh, I can't watch
Um,
Red Zone. Okay,
I you can't watch Red Zone.
I can't. There's with that much going
Well, you
on.
work at a bar, so I don't know if you work on Sundays. So
No, I
that's
do not work
pretty
on Sundays.
hectic.
Yeah.
But
I can't. There's too much going on. I have to watch one game and watch the ticker.
but no, but I do watch games though. Like if the Raiders are playing, I will watch their game. If
Okay.
like there's like a very good high primetime game, I'll watch the primetime game. I love watching Sunday night football. I love watching um, Monday night football. I love watching Thursday night football. And a great way to pivot um, to the advertisement for this show. Go ahead. I love playing underdog fantasy on um, on primetime game because that's the way I can you know just gamble a little more, or I like to call it invest a little more. But yeah, I mean, you can do the advertisement. It's right there. Right there. Yeah,
Yep.
you can. I don't know.
100.
I think the code is GS2, right?
It is capital G, capital F, number two.
Yeah, you can go to Underdog Fantasy, deposit $100, and you'll get deposit match. Play there. You guys can actually see our rankings too during the season for the week. I believe on going for two. So like if you see a primetime game or whatnot, then you can go from there. But no, so come Monday, I take a break. I don't do anything. I mean, obviously, I just play underdog, but that's it. Tuesday, I take a night off, but I do listen to podcasts. I love to listen to podcasts. So On Monday, I listen to all the review podcasts. So like there'll be networks that will review what happened last weekend.
Mhm.
And it's cool because a lot of new people are coming out. On Tuesday, I go and review what happened. Wednesday is a day where I start all over. Like Tuesday night, I do waiver wires for all my league. Um, Dynasty's not that hard because more than likely you're not going to have much on Dynasty out there in the waiver wires.
Okay.
Everybody owns all the players. But one of the best things, I love Sleeper. That's my favorite app to play Dynasty on.
Okay.
A piece of advice to make it very easy for you for waiver wires. Number one, go to trending because you'll see the player that everybody's adding.
Oh,
Number
okay.
two, go to your league waiver wires and then click on roster percentage. That'll show you what's on free agency. And number three, just go to all the waiver wires on Going for Two articles. I mean, articles that come out. I think Jeff has all his writers put in a waiver wire ad, and they do pretty well. Obviously, I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I already kind of know the waiver wires, and I know football inside out. Thursday, Wednesday is where I dive into my research and everything for the week. This is daily fantasy sports. This is where I start. I look at what I did bad the week before,
Okay.
where I went wrong, where I went right. I hate that thing because it. There's a show on ESPN or Fox Sports called Colin Cowherd. He says that, and
Ugh. Yeah.
ever since I say that, I just think about him. But where I went wrong, where I went right, because number one thing that people make mistake about fantasy football DFS is that they don't go and review where they went wrong. They just think like their process is their process, and that's it. There's nothing better out there. Well, I got news for you, man. That run game that existed for the Patriots for years, it's not going to win championships anymore. I mean, you look at Patrick Mahomes, he's out there swinging the ball, Even a Jalen Hurts is swinging the ball in the Super Bowl. So, like, NFL changes. So, change your process. Wednesday, I look at that, I review that. I look at all the players that are upcoming, the schedule and all this, kind of like dive my head a little bit. Thursday night, I watch Thursday night football, but while I'm watching Thursday night football, I'm researching again for DFS. I'm researching for DFS. I'm researching for everything. But I always do it on Thursday on my lunch. I go and check all my teams and make sure that I have all my Thursday night players in my flex out of my flex spot because that's a no.
Yeah.
But then come Friday, I had the Going for Two armchair DFS show with Tim and Jeff. But like I said, every single time I'm telling you guys I do research, all that research I'm doing, it leads up for the show. So I had taken notes. I mean, if you've watched the show, I don't just tell you, hey, Gladys, I think Jalen Hurts a great player because he's a great quarterback. No, I tell you, my analysis goes more like this. Jalen Hurts has a great matchup this week, but it's against the DVOA of ranked number 28. The best part is their secondary in PFS grade is ranked 19th, which is mid-tier, but they're down a cornerback. I go in depth.
Right.
I don't just talk out of my ass.
You do that on Sunday too, on your Sunday show.
Yeah, and Sunday show too. It's hectic. Saturday.
This is like a full-time job.
It is, but that's the thing though. When you invest $3,000 to $5,000 a week, it is a job.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I get it. I'm not trying to brag here or anything. It's just I consider this a second job. Like, I tell my boss, like, hey, I know I have a lot of responsibility here and everything. I respect it and everything, but I'm just letting you know I don't work Saturdays or Sundays. I don't care, if, ands, or buts. But I've been there almost 5 years, so they respect that,
Mm-hmm.
Like, Saturday is my favorite day. It's my day where I relax a little bit. Sort of. I wake up in the morning, make myself breakfast. And when I say breakfast, I make like a Nicaraguan breakfast, like a very nice home country breakfast. And then I take it to my office. I sit down. I eat. I have my, it depends. If I didn't drink the night before, which is rare because it's the Going for Two network show, I'll have a Guinness for breakfast. If not, I'll have I know some people don't like dark beer. I'll have what do you call it? chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk. So chocolate milk or
Chocolate milk and Guinness?
no. I'll have one or the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna have both of them. No. And so I just cook breakfast, and then I just kind of like go on YouTube, hang out a little bit until like 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, my day starts. I go out and hang out with either my family, my friends. Like I tell them, hey, let's go get brunch. Usually around 7 o'clock at night, my day's over. No more hanging out. Back to the research, and then around 12 o'clock at night, I fall asleep. Sometimes 10 o'clock because I love to get my beauty sleep. I'm not that handsome, so I need to get whatever I can. So
I
then,
strongly disagree with
and you
that.
guys already, sorry, and you already know this, Gladys. Like I'll be on the chat before before people even wake up. So
Yeah.
I'll be ready to go. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I go check my number one thing I do. Like I legit like wake up, grab my phone, and look at Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, because they report all the injuries before like all that. And then I have a list. If you go look up my list on Twitter of all the beat writers, I go read that. I wake up for like 30 minutes. That's what I do. And then I go to my computer room. I go to my office. I do my final research. I do all my optimizer tools and everything. I perfect it. Because I already perfected it the night before, but I just perfect it even more.
Jesus.
And then I do the show, the Sunday show. And then it's red zone time all day, all night.
And
That's how I go through my process. Sorry, it took like 10 minutes of that.
Garrison, that's insane. That's an insane schedule. What are your 3 top podcasts? Besides the Going for Two.
Ooh. So for DFS or fantasy football?
3 for DFS, 3 for fantasy football.
Okay, so for fantasy football, for Dynasty, it's Destination Debbie with Scott Connor. He's number 1 for me.
Destination Debbie, as in Debbie
yeah, that's
Does
what
Dallas.
It's called. What was that?
As in Debbie Does Dallas. That Debbie.
I don't know, maybe because
Okay.
I don't know if you know who Ray GQ is, but he's probably the most popular Dynasty like person out there.
Okay.
Jeff has had him a couple times on the Going for Two network, but he started it's like a network, kind of like what we have here.
Oh, okay.
But Scott Connor's on that network. He's actually on Trade for Five on YouTube. Okay. He's a very smart person. I love listening to his knowledge and everything. Number 2 for fantasy would definitely, man, that's tough. Maybe the fantasy footballers. I love them because they bring a balance of humor and knowledge, especially during the season. I love their waiver wires because if they're saying we're going to be on the waiver wire, everybody else is doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the football guys. I love what's his name? Oh man, I'm blanking now. The 2 guys that are always on there though, but I love their stuff. I always listen to their stuff. Those are my top 3 fantasy podcasts. My favorite DFS podcast. Ooh, this one's tough because there's a lot of good ones out there. But definitely, let's think. Hold on, I know I have a podcast place. Okay, so you have to pay for these ones.
Okay.
For this one. FantasyPoint.com has a really good podcast, but you have to be a subscriber to them, and then they add you on the subscription.
Right.
Number 2. Oh man, hold on. I'm blanking on these because there's so many. But let's see. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is like off the cuff. You're doing perfect. You're doing well. Like, you didn't plan for any of these questions.
Now I know. Okay, so the Tacastic NFL DFS podcast. So there's a show on there with they do a show. They break down the whole week. I can't remember it's usually, I believe it's Thursday that they do it on, and I just download it because it's so freaking hilarious. But it's so in depth. Like they break down every game, every player, and like Yeah, they do. And it's like an hour and a half long. Like people give them crap. They go, people tell them like legit, oh, thanks, man. I'm celebrating my birthday again. I celebrated today and I'm celebrating again because it's so long, but it's hilarious.
Wait, what's the
There's
name of
that,
that one?
so the stochastic
Oh,
NFL
okay.
DFS podcast.
I
It
have
sucks
listened to
because,
them. Yeah.
yeah, they used to be called Osmo,
Yes.
but they changed it to stochastic. And then, I'm trying to think. I definitely like the back to the fantasy footballers, but
Mhm.
with Kyle Bergioni and then I can't remember the other guy, but they have a good one. But you have to. It's not with the fantasy footballer guys. It's like legit their own one. It's awesome. These guys do an amazing job. Um, they break down mostly, and they don't like. What I love about them is that they actually go into details, but not overwhelming details. They just get straight to it, you know.
Right.
But those are probably my top three. Honestly, DFS is so hard because, like I tell you, like my headphones, like these babies, like I at work, like when I'm working, I'm always listening to something. That's why I
When
listen to you guys. I listen to you guys' podcast, and I'm like, man. Sometimes I was like Jay. I'm like, man, I want to argue with you right now, but that just happened yesterday.
yeah. So wait, so when you're working, you're listening to podcasts too?
Yeah,
Football
when I'm
podcasts?
running, if I'm running a machine by
Hmm.
myself and I'm not working with anyone, I'll listen to podcasts. That's the first thing I do because it allows me to relax my head a little bit. Because I think a lot of people, like when they're at work, they just think about work, right?
Right.
Obviously. But if I'm working, I'm thinking, I'm listening to people talk in my head. I'm still working, obviously,
Right.
but I think, oh, Gladys dead. She's a vegan. Wow. What? I didn't know that. And here I am running the machine. What? What? She's a vegan? You know? Stuff like that.
um, I when did this become like this full time job for you? How far into
Um,
fantasy were you? How far into DFS were you?
so I don't know if you ever heard my story, but so about I don't
Nope.
know
But I would love to.
2023. So I had to be in 2018,
Okay.
2017. Um, short. Oh, it's gonna be kind of a story, maybe 3 or 4 minutes long. But
Take
I
your
was
time. Go
put on
ahead.
my final at my old job, um, and I told them, you know what? Here's my 2 week notice. I'm out. And then they told me, oh well, if you're gonna be on your 2 week notice, then we're gonna demote you from this position. I'm like, oh, well, if that's the case, then I quit. I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. And then
Okay.
they were trying to tell me, oh, you can come back. Wait, you can come back. No, no, well, I'm like, no, because you didn't appreciate me before. You don't appreciate me now. So I
Okay.
was out. But I was actually playing DFS a little bit here and there, here and there. I was learning it. Um, dude, like DFS, I would get my ass kicked when I didn't know about it. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to research. I didn't know other websites. I didn't know optimizers. I didn't know tools. And next thing I know, I'm like, man, these guys talk about all this and all this. How did they know this? And me, being a normal guy, I go to google.com and I say, how to be a better DFS player. The
Nice.
next thing I know, I find out a new world. It's like you go to ESPN.com, right? And you
Uh-huh.
see this new world. You're like, oh my God. That's what I felt like. But I started in 2017, I believe. And then I played a little bit of baseball, didn't take it serious. Then I took it very serious. I'm like, oh, basketball, football. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love all these sports, you know? Next thing I know, I did my research. I learned from the people. I learned from a lot of people. I mean, that's how I met Jeff too,
Oh.
DFS. So I was subscribed to his website for fantasy stuff, but
Uh-huh.
then on a Facebook group, I met Jeff for DFS advice. Like we talked DFS. Next thing I know, Jeff is like, "Hey, you are very smart. Like, would you like you want to do a podcast?" And like it wasn't even a podcast. Like we had conversations before because he'd always I do write ups and stuff on a Facebook group and everything,
Uh-huh.
another Facebook group. Next thing I knew, I took this. I was passionate about it. So as the year went on, every year I was winning $50,000 or plus.
Nice.
In the year 2000, I think, yeah, 2020, 2021, either one, no, 2020. I won $117,000 in 1 year. I
Nice.
won 50,000 in baseball, 53,000 in baseball, and then I kept winning in basketball a little bit. And then next thing I knew, I won in basketball. I won like 21 grand. And it added up, like everything added up. But obviously, you got to pay taxes, right?
Right.
And then I just told myself, hey, man, it's been nice. So, like, think about it. I started in 2007. Year after year, I was winning 50 or more. But I just told myself, dude, like, you got to stop partying. You got to stop just blowing your money. Like, you got to, I mean, it was awesome. I was going to baseball game, football game, vacation there. I would like Oprah Winfrey. Vacation here, vacation there. Go here, go there. You can do whatever you want. Like I had the money. Like I was like, and then I would hang out with my girlfriends at that time. I would go to bars. We would eat at the fan. I would eat $120 steak, and I'd be like, I cook better steak than this, but whatever. Like I spoiled my girlfriends and stuff, and like that's the thing. Like I realized, like in my life, I was like, what? I have all this money. I had nothing to show for it. I mean, all my debt was paid off.
Right.
I don't have any credit card debt. I don't. All my cars are paid off. So I was like, cool. But then the next thing I know, I remember one thing in my life. I made a promise to my mom that I would buy her a house one day.
Uh-huh.
So my mom have had cancer 4 times in her life.
Jesus.
Oh, 5 times in her life.
Jesus.
3 breast cancer, ovary cancer, and then the last one with Buddha was last year, where she had spinal metastasis cancer, which is on her spine,
Oh,
like her bones,
yeah.
lung cancer, and heart cancer. Her
All
heart
at the
cancer
same
was
time?
all at the same time.
Jesus.
So her heart cancer was the least. No, thyroid cancer. Sorry, thyroid cancer. So this was brutal. Like
Yeah.
it was brutal, and like that's how she always battled. And so I told her, "Hey, mom, you know what? I have $117,000. I'm gonna buy you a house." And she goes, "What?" But yeah. And then she thought I was kidding. Like, I was drunk though when I said that. I would say that I was drunk. But then the next day I woke up. I called my friend that was a realtor. I called my other friend that was a loan specialist. Because I always say this: I don't want to go to the big time players. I want to go to the people that I know,
Right.
that are my friends, that are my surrounding, and help them out. Why am I going to go help Billy Bob that makes 30, 20 million a year at the realtor or whatever, when I can go help my friend that, from high school? Be like, hey man, hook me up. And they were happy. I mean, and when once we got the paperwork going, my mom was like, wow. My dad was shocked. They were shocked. And the
That's
thing is,
so
like,
awesome, though.
in between those times, those other times that I won 50 grand, I paid off their car, I paid off their debt, but the house is a big one.
Yeah, it's
So,
huge.
um, but yeah, we got them to, we're in this house right now. So, I mean, luckily I have
Yes.
an office and I have a room, so I'm good. I mean, but no, we got the house for them. It was amazing. Like, honestly, I think that's the biggest blessing I ever had as a DFS player. I can't say anything else was better. But I mean that's my story. I mean, like I got into DFS, I love it, and now last year wasn't great though. Like last year was my hardest year. I tell people DFS is not like for the faint of heart.
Right.
Um, it can be ups and downs. Last year I was negative 5,000, I believe. I mean, negative 5,000, which isn't bad. Think about it. If you invest in 3 to 5,000 a week,
Right.
it is what it is. And one thing is like about me, I don't like to brag about what I win. I don't like to talk about, because like here's the way I put it. There's someone listening to me every Friday being
Right.
like, this guy's giving great advice. Thank you. But there's also someone listening to me every Friday saying, oh, he said this pick. Oh, I played him. He sucked.
Right.
But like I've always said, I say it every Sunday, right? Gladys, I say roster construction matters. I can tell you to play these plays, but how you build your roster is what matters. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. And like how, put up that method on how. Great point. Bankroll management is your best friend. Honestly, I play A very good method. I don't. What I like to tell people when they tell me, "Hey, G, I want to play DFS. What can I do?" I tell them, "Well, first thing first, play with money that you can invest. Don't play with your rent. Don't play with your food. Don't play. Don't even play with your drinking money, dude. Like, fuck, man, like, yeah, at least drink the money. At least have money to buy a 30 pack, you know. But, but yeah, I mean, like, I always say this: DFS is not gambling. DFS is an investment. If you have bankroll management skills, if you have, if you put the time and research into it, I put a lot of time. I just explained to you guys in 10 minutes, like everything I put in.
Jesus.
I mean, it's like a full time job. Like you said, Gladys. But I think the thing is the biggest thing I learned about DFS, and I say this in the nicest way possible and most respectful way possible, I guess. It can be very mentally stressful. It can be very defeating.
Mhm.
Um, it can also put you in dark places. I think people be put in dark places. Um, you really have to be mentally strong to play DFS full time. Me myself, I've had my ups and downs, and like last year, I felt defeated. But in the end, I also felt accomplished because Michael Jordan, he didn't win for the first 7 years. He failed over and over and over. And one of my favorite quotes that happened this year is that when they asked Giannis Antetokounmpo, they asked
Mhm.
him, "Hey, since you guys got eliminated in the first round, do you consider this a failure?" He made a good point. He said, "Oh, so how many championships did Michael Jordan have?" And they said six. Okay, so his other 7 years were a failure.
Oh, I remember
You know,
that. Yeah, I
you
remember that
win
quote.
some, you lose some. Like, don't be a sore loser. I hate being a sore loser, but I love being a winner. You know, that I love winning. I honestly, when I first started a podcast a while ago, like called the Fantasy G podcast,
Mhm.
and I just didn't have enough time. It was so much time. And then I just told Jeff, "Hey man, I'm just gonna go on the Friday show and all this." But my quote was, um, "The Fantasy G podcast, where winning is everything." And it's true. I wanted to win. I've always been a winner. I've always tried to be a winner. Like I hate when I coach baseball, I coach football for my nephews. I hate
Oh
when
my
parents say, "Go out there, have fun."
God.
Yay! I'm like, nah, man. We're gonna teach these kids to be winners. We're gonna teach these kids there's losing and winning in this, but there's also, character building. You
Right.
know, I want to teach them that we're gonna put you in the best position to succeed. What your parents might not like is that they think you're out here. Oh yes, my son's out here. He's gonna hit the ball and everything. No, we're gonna teach you the technique. We're gonna teach you all the like whatever you want to put on Facebook about your kid getting an RBI single. Guess what, bud? You know what he did wrong? He struck out the last two times because he didn't step and load because he watched the ball go right. We try to teach them,
Right.
it was crazy. And I have to say this shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers, our little league team for my nephew, um, the City League. They we went from 19th place in our league to sixth place in state.
Nice.
I
Jesus.
mean, these kids learn, they proceed. Like it was awesome. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
That
But
is
yeah,
awesome, though.
but that's a little bit of my life. I'm so sorry, Gladys. I might have gotten
No,
carried away a little bit.
no, this is really great. And I have a question. What percentage of tournament to what's the other one called? Their tournament plays and then their
There's a guaranteed prize pool, which is GPP, and
PPP, right?
there's cash game, which is like
Right.
head tails. Like you play 12. You play 50% of the field, but the thing is,
What's your
only
percentage? How much do you put in GPP and how much do you put in cash games?
I'm a big time GPP player. I don't play a
Okay.
lot of cash games, I'll be honest, but I could play a cash game. But here's the way I put it, and I've said this many times: cash game's boring. I need a little thrill in my life. I'm like Michael Jackson. I'm like thriller. Like yeah, That's the way I put it. Like, I'm not here to see. Oh, oh, come on, I gotta beat. I don't want to beat. I don't want to beat 50% of the crowd. I want to beat everyone. Like, you have any idea like how great of a feeling that is to beat
No,
everyone
I've
and
never
take
beat
first?
everyone in GPP. I've never beat everyone.
But it's not only that. It's just I say this: if I'm investing all my time in all this, like,
I, gee, I
what good?
just
What good is? Let's say I invested $3,000, right, Gladys?
okay.
And I win, I profit. You're not gonna get back $3,000. It's actually like a 40% rate, I believe. So you get back 2,500 or something like that.
Right.
Well, you get your money back plus 2,500.
Okay.
But that's the thing. But if let's say I went and invested 3,000 and I get $100,000 back, which way am I gonna get more excited about?
Yeah, the 100 grand, which
Mm-hmm.
is awesome. Gee, you're spectacular. Like I knew you were spectacular before this conversation. Now I realize just how spectacular you are. I'm with
Thank you.
partly with Jamie. Like I can't always go straight with Jamie because he's just ridiculous. But yeah.
Build your roster. I love that quote, Jamie. Build your roster like you build your life. Oh yeah, bro.
Oh, he also what loves you even more now, and that is where I'm
Oh
in love
man,
with.
I have so much respect for it's crazy because I don't think Jamie wants me to share this, but I'm going to. Jamie, if you want to delete me on everything, that's cool, man. But I think last year we started a Sunday show, and when he first came on, he was very timid and quiet and all this. I told him, and we had a dude. It was crazy. He just wanted to talk fantasy football. We called I think we talked like at 12 or 1 in the morning. And then, because I was doing research, and
Uh-huh.
we talked on the phone, and I told him, "Hey, man, I'm gonna let you know this. When you're live and you're on the show, just the best way to get over your shyness, your be timid and everything, is be yourself. And that's the truth.
Yep.
I hate, like, I turn off podcasts. I delete podcasts when I know someone sounds robotic, when I know they're reading it off a script, when I know, like, shout out to JJ Zacharyson because he's one of the best in the industry,
Yes.
but I can tell that he's reading it
Reading it.
off the screen. But the thing is, his stuff is so awesome that I have to listen to it. And but he's the only person I ever like make an exception for. But I told Jamie, dude, I think your potential is up the ceiling. It's just gonna get touched. Next thing I know, weeks after week, he was like spitting facts. Like he was like Eminem, like a freestyle, like B Rabbit, dude. Like he just boom boom. I'm like, this guy here, man, he got it, he got it. But shout out, Jamie. I love you, man. You're awesome, dude. Like I can't wait to do the show this year. I'm excited, man. Like football season, I just found out that like usually what the most popular weekend to do football draft is Labor Day, right? And it's
Yep.
49 days away.
I know. That's when my draft is. One of my home drafts is that weekend. Cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jamie remembers that night. Ah, you were a turning point. I can see that, G. You are very inspirational. You are. And
Oh, thank
Jamie,
you, thank you.
no, it's true. And Jamie is like way smarter than he wants people to believe that he is. Like it's with
Thank-
football anyway, as far as I know. Like I've heard him say things that way smarter than he wants people to think that he is. I don't know why he doesn't want people to think he's as smart as he is.
Oh no, he's awesome. He's great. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think I can't remember. I told him great podcast last night. He had a podcast like I think 2 weeks ago, and I was just listening. I'm like, dude, this is great stuff. It was with Mike, and then another guy. I can't remember who's on it, but it was Mike and him, and like everything that I would have said to respond back to Mike, like, and I'm not trying to brag here, but like I would have said the same thing Jamie said. I'm like, damn, this guy knows it now. He got it. Like, man.
Um, First of all, I want to say that I don't really think it's bragging if it's actually true. That's
No.
not bragging. I think that if you say things about yourself that are actually true and that you have actually done and succeeded at, you're not bragging. You're just stating a fact.
No,
So
but I do think that if you're gonna brag, you better walk the walk, though.
if you can
That's
walk the
one
walk,
thing for sure.
that's what I'm saying. You walk the walk. So
Yeah.
um, you are not bragging, and I agree with Alex because that you are the biggest
Oh
DFS legend
man,
in the game.
shout out to Alex. I love that guy, man. Alex is awesome. Well, he's in our very special DFS chat. Alex have known me since I started my DFS fantasy, the DFS roundtable, uh, DFS armchair show Facebook group. He was
Oh,
like one of the first. Like I met him through the Facebook. Like you remember when I told you I met Jeff?
yeah.
People by people, he came through. That guy is awesome. Like he's smart too. I mean, he's a little how do I like to say it? A pain in my ass sometimes, but he's awesome.
Those are the best people, the ones that challenge you. Um, uh, Jamie, I'm strutting along trying to walk the walk. Oh, Jamie, you know that you walk the walk. I haven't seen your strut yet, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty awesome. All right. I think that I appreciate your story. I appreciate how much friggin' time you put in for the love of God. Once
Thank
when
you.
when do you so you start this what Labor Day weekend then? When do you start
Yeah.
your yeah? When you
When do I
start
start my what?
your schedule, your football
Um. So yeah, it's week one.
week one?
It's usually so obviously when people purchase tools, you have to purchase for monthly, right?
Right?
I'm that guy that's gonna not purchase it until I need it. So there's optimizer, there's subscription. Luckily, I just I purchased. I legit. So like to give you an idea, I probably invest $800 in tools. I'm talking
Oof.
like
Yeah.
websites. I'm talking like optimizer. My optimizer that I purchased, it cost $90 a month.
I really hate to say this because it's going to make me sound really stupid, but I have no idea how to use an optimizer. Like
It's not for the faint of heart.
I
It's
was
not.
trying to use one last year, and I was like, I'm just going to
Why
do
do you
this.
hit me up?
Because I don't want to take advantage of you, and I was like, I'm gonna just do this by hand because it was it was
But there's
people.
a lot of people that take advantage of me. Just trust me. Like there's a lot. I get people that message me like that. So to add a little bit to my story earlier on, where I said when do I like my days and everything. I
Right.
legit. So after, so before the Sunday show start, I have 1 hour of free time. Like everything perfected. I answer everybody's DM. I answer everybody's question. Like people that my
I
friends,
know.
my family, I answer it because I always say this: remember where you came from. Remember where you started.
Yeah.
Because in the end, you never know where you're gonna make someone's life. You never know when you're gonna make a difference in someone's life.
True.
I've had people that won money in DFS and told me, "Hey man, thanks to you, I can go out and buy an engagement ring. Hey man,
Oh,
thanks to you, I'm no
awesome.
longer in college debt. Hey man, thanks to you, I don't have to eat ramen noodles."
I like ramen noodles.
I love ramen noodles.
They're vegan.
I make ramen noodles in 3 different ways. So I mean, people.
I make them one way, but I love them. Yeah. So I mean, I know this year I promised myself that I was going to be like really serious about DFS and cut back on some of the leagues I was in because I was in some really shitty leagues last year. But yeah, so I might hit you up, but I I wait for the half off prices for the subscription for the season long football stuff and
I'm just talking crap to them.
go
Um,
for two. Okay, that's
you guys
awesome.
are awesome.
That is awesome. But yeah, Garrison, I mean, you're just pretty remarkable. Like, just basically, you're just pretty remarkable, and
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Your
And
kind words are too kind. Sometimes I tell you,
uh,
like sometimes I wonder if I'm really am or not, but I do
no, you are.
appreciate it.
You guys don't. My sister and I were talking about this yesterday because of something that I said. People don't realize how not nice I really am. I'm not a nice person. Like I'm kind of a bitch, actually. Like I honestly have no censor to what I say. And Garrison, legit, I
I have
was
no filter.
always always impressed with you, but legitimately you are fucking spectacular. I mean, you just
I,
are. It's
you know, like Jeff told me, gee, if my channel gets canceled, it's gonna be because of you. Because I say F bombs, I say this, I say that. I mean, but
oh,
that's who I am. I'm not gonna. You know what? It's like I always told people this. My brother, my mom, my dad, my brother already knows it because we're twins. But my mom and my dad, me and him, this guy, we butt heads so much. Like I remember one time my dad goes, "Oh yeah, I thought you didn't care what people thought." I'm like, I don't, and I still don't care. I am who
no,
I am. It's
exactly.
like one of my favorite songs of all time is by Eminem. I think it's called Stan. He goes, "No, the way I am. That's what it's called. The way I am. I am the way I am. But like, I am who I am. Like, I'm
I
not
am
gonna change. Like,
whatever they say. Yeah, that's a great song.
you know, it's like I went like, if you want me on a podcast, thank you. I appreciate it. But you invited me. You know,
You
like,
get what you get.
yeah, I am what I am. You know, like, I don't know, man. I love Jeff too, man. That guy's awesome. Like, I can't. Jeff is one of the biggest person that has the biggest heart in the industry. I tell people this: there's a lot of people that have gone further in the industry because of him.
Yeah, I
I've
mean,
gone further in the industry. I was just a one man show. Next thing I know, Tim and I think this is our fifth year going on our
okay,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, so like
Jamie, hold on. Jamie, I don't play Dynasty, so sorry. That's the only one I will not ever play, except for the one that I'm in with Kyle, because Kyle and Dan made me. But I can't. I don't like Dynasty at all.
it's hard. It's not easy. It's not for the
Plus,
faint heart. And it's so time
Dynasty, you're
consuming.
preparing for something that you don't know it's going to happen. I'm not that person. Like I don't know when I'm getting off this podcast what I'm going to do. Much less if a player is going to be viable to me next year. I don't know. I don't know.
Got it. I mean, here's the way I put it. I don't know if the love of my life is gonna knock on my door right now. You know, like that's the way I
Exactly.
put it. You know, I get your point. That's awesome. Like I love that point because it really is true. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like I told people this with fantasy. There's redraft people and there's dynasty people. I don't
Exactly.
care what anybody says. Dynasty is not easy. Dynasty
No.
is like it's almost like a job. Like I told you, I have 27 dynasty leagues.
I
Like I
I cannot believe you play in 32 actual leagues and DFS. How many best ball leagues are you in?
I don't do a lot of baseball league, but I have actually I started actually it was after your show. Damn you. But I was like I know I have it going I know I have an underdog fantasy league fantasy account, obviously. Why
Obviously.
don't I just go do baseball? And then I went and so now I'm up to like 4 baseball turn whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And every single one I kept getting pissed at myself. I'm like, why did I take Josh Allen this early when I could have gotten to John Watson in the 10th? Why did I take
Uh,
this? You know, like you go back and forth, like,
yeah.
and that's the thing. Like me as a nerd for fantasy football, I mean, I know this stuff. Like, I feel like an idiot. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? George Kittle is available in the freaking 6th round, and I drafted Travis Kelce in the 1st. You know, which is not a bad pick, but at the same
No,
time, when Kittle dropped to the 6th or 7th, nah, I love fantasy football.
I know it's great. I just started learning best ball and that reminds me. So Underdog has a best ball league that you can win every week now too. Like
I
in
saw
addition,
that. That was pretty cool.
yeah, in addition to the big one where you can win like a million or two, I think at the end of the year. This one
Yeah.
you can win money every week. So
Well,
another
I can.
reason to hop on Underdog.
Jamie, thank you. I do appreciate that love for last week. Honestly, like I said, with Kyle Senra is one of the person I do. Can I do like a top 3 people of like who I respect for
Of course you can. You can do anything
like
you want.
who I go back and forth with, like just to talk fantasy football. Like it's crazy. Kyle's one of them. Ryan Surfoss is one of them, and my own brother, obviously. But these 3 guys, the reason why I respect them is because one, as nice as Kyle seems on camera, he will give you his truthful opinion.
He's like an encyclopedia too.
Yeah,
He likes
and
to know his
then
crazy stats.
Ryan Surfoss, me and him, we just shit talk all the time. But at the same time, he knows Dynasty like I do. And this is more Dynasty mode, you know?
Uh-huh.
And my brother, he's the same way I am. He's a maniac. He's in like 25 leagues, 22 leagues. He's a maniac. But like, we're twins for a reason, you know? But
You and your brother are
obviously,
twins? I didn't know that.
yeah, we're twins. Yeah, but he's awesome. My brother's awesome. Like, we go back and forth. Oh, you do see my brother on a show every year, on the Going for Two network,
Oh, the Halloween show.
the Halloween show.
Yeah, I have
Um,
seen your brother, but he was dressed up. I didn't notice that you guys were twins.
no, that's the way he looks. Whatever he dressed up, that's what he looks like. I'm just myself. No, but my brother is awesome. Like honestly, he sets me straight sometimes. Like, why are you doing that? This and that. And then I'll be like, damn, I'll be like Friday, damn, take it easy, bro. But it is what it is. I love my brother. Like honestly, I don't know what I would do without him.
Yeah, siblings, most siblings, like my sister that's on the Thursday show.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what I'd do without her. She's
212 best balls, dude. Like,
there's no way. I'm calling bullshit on that.
No, I'm not. I'm not calling bullshit because I think he meant 12. Hopefully, if he's in 212 best balls, dude. Jamie, you got to be taking a shit and drafting at the same time, bro. Hey, goodness, man. That's awesome, though. I guess I better come to you for best ball, bro. I'm gonna hit you up.
There's no way. I'm legitimately calling bullshit on 212 best ball leagues. Are there even 200? Are there 212 best ball leagues? That would be my first question. Because that's a shit ton of best ball. I mean, granted, you play and then you go away and walk away from it, and you don't have to worry about it. But Jesus, you have to draft still. So he's saying he's drafted. He has 27 dynasty leagues, 8 redraft leagues, and 212 best ball.
Yeah, but best balls are like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean I don't have 212, but best balls like once you draft it, that's it, Like
Yeah,
dynasty,
you still
like
have to draft.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but let's be honest here. If you love basketball that much, I could be like legit. Oh, here's an example. So last weekend I was watching Quarterback, the show Quarterback, which is a great show by the way, on Netflix with Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and some shitty ass quarterback.
Mahomes talks a lot of shit. Mahomes talks a lot of shit. I was unaware of that.
Hey, but he can back it up though.
He can, but
he can. Like honestly, I knew he would like that.
Really?
But when you see it behind the background where
it's kind of cool.
It's awesome. Honestly, I've always liked Kirk Cousins, but what he did on that show was wow.
I don't think I've seen Kirk Cousins on that show. What did Kirk Cousins do on that show?
Well, when he was hurt, what he went through, everything, and the person he is, he's almost like what do you call those? He's a guy that has a dad bod and would show up to like a pool party and be like, "Hey guys, what's up? What's going on?" That's who he is. Like he ain't fancy. Think about it. Here's the way I put it. It's like his wife dressed him. Like think about it. You make millions of dollars. We have ass clowns like Cam Newton showing up like a girl to a football game, which I've never gotten. Like, why do football players and basketball players do that? Like, dude, you make millions of dollars. You can't afford a nice collared shirt or a suit or something. Like bro, like,
styling.
Dude, Russell Westbrook showed up to an NBA primetime TNT game in construction clothes. The same construction clothes I wear to work. I'm like, bro, like, I'm pissed ass, not even rich like you, dude. And you over here, like, rocking a vest and everything. You making hundreds of millions? Come on, bro.
Well, I think they think that they're styling. I almost positively know that's the fact. Like they want to get on the red carpet show that it's like who looks better in this. That's the whole thing. They think they're styling.
Scott. So shout out to Scott. So Scott is another guy in my fantasy football DFS chat. Like these guys are awesome. I love these guys. But Scott, no, you don't want to get in a dynasty league. I already know you, dude. I already know you, bro. You're over here. The thing about Scott is that this guy. I mean, I don't want to share too much, but this guy was over here worrying about. So yeah, I love this story. It's amazing. One of my funniest stories is he goes, so my wife got mad at me. I'm like, why? No, the whole chat goes, why? Well, I picked up a 6-pack to go to a birthday party that I got invited to for, I think it was a family birthday party. And he goes, his wife looked at him and goes, really? You're going to take beer? And he's like, you not think 6 is enough? And he's like, should I get a 12-pack? And his wife has the ultimate, like, you know? And I'm like, God, man, fuck it, dude. I'm Hispanic, and well, when there's a kid birthday party, there's a party for us too.
Exactly. Bring all the alcohol possible, especially if kids are going to be around. Especially if kids are going to be around.
So should we jump into the commandment, or what should we do?
Yes, commandments, please. We have the 10 commandments for drafting. I only have one, and that's know how your league scores. Know how your league scores. Know how.
I love how you said that. So, if like I told you, Gladys, I had 5 and 5. Like it can go both ways, right?
Yep.
So we're doing 5 rule settings, like that have to do with the draft, and there's 5 when you show up to the draft.
Okay.
You know.
I got you. Let's do the 5 before you show up to the draft. The rules.
Number 1, show up on time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
At least 30 minutes early. You want to know why? Because you want to sit down in a comfortable spot. You want to have your little station. You're going to have a laptop. You're going to have papers. You're going to have something to sit down. You know, nobody wants to be looking at draft board. I can't see it. Let me see. Where's it at? You know, you want the best spot in the room. So show up a little early. 30 minutes. It's not that hard, guys. 30 minutes. You get the best spot in the room, and that's it.
Okay.
So, what's that?
Plus, it starts on time. And drafts take so long anyway. If the draft is scheduled at 7 and you're late, that means the draft is going to like 11 o'clock at night, which kind of pisses me off. So show up on time for the best spot, and you can get out of there early.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they might get carried away. The home league get carried away. You know that.
Yeah, I do. That's true.
Number 2, stop being a fucking cheap ass mofo. Pay your league dues, dude, before the draft. Yes. Don't be like, hey man, so I'm gonna pay you on like Friday when I get paid. Is that cool?
You know the draft is coming up.
It's not freaking cool. Because guess what? There's 11 other guys in the league that already paid me, and you're being cheap. All right, bro. No, it's not cool. That's the way I put it. Pay your league due. Number 3, respect the clock. Hey, if it's a 3-minute clock, don't be like, don't be a fucking Karen. Oops, yeah. I tried my best. Don't cancel me. Don't be a Karen. Don't be Billy Bob. You know, respect your league time, like on the clock. And number 4, don't be that guy. Is Alvin Kamara still on the? Oh my! Is he still on? Is he still available? Dude, you ever seen Chris Tucker? You know when Chris Tucker's like, no. What movie is it off? Yeah, man. You know, like you look at him like that, like just stop, like don't give, like stop, like don't, like everybody knows the player is dropping, ADP dropping, right?
Right.
Don't give it out. Just shush, shush. What I like to call this rule is just shush. No.
Okay, I have a question though first. Like none of my home leagues have a timer. Like, is that a thing? Like none of my home leagues have a timer. You take as long as you take.
Oh yeah. There's timers, but
Okay.
um,
and two,
so
if you pick someone that's on the board, you have to do a shot. Like if you pick someone.
Oh wow, I like that one.
You have to do a
like
shot.
That one. Oh, I can't wait to. I'm gonna suggest that to my league.
I thought that was normal because both of my leagues do it, and they don't know each other. Maybe it's just a Colorado thing.
Yeah. Number 5. And this is my favorite one. You ready?
Yeah.
Don't be the dumbass. Like, don't be dramatic. Like, just stop. It's fantasy football draft with your friend. Just have fun at the draft. Don't be mad because someone said this, said that. Don't be mad because, oh, well, you stole my player. Don't be mad, dude. Don't be like, oh, well, guess what? I'm the champ. I do what I want. No, dude, like, just have fun. This is a fantasy football draft. The number one thing you should be having at your draft is
good times.
Memory you're going to create with your friend. These are, I think before the show, Gladys, we said what? I had a 13-year redraft league for my home league. Yeah. You had a hell of a long high school friend. Like, just have fun.
Why are you doing it if you're not having fun? That's what I want to know. Like,
exactly.
Why are you playing if you're not having fun? Even like, you can't tell me that even when you play DFS, you have to be having fun. Like,
oh hell yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why people do this and not have fun, or do it and then feel the need to talk shit, or do it and feel the need to like talk shit about somebody else. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get it. And
like I get guys get personal, and it just like sometimes like you might hold a grudge from past stuff, but don't ruin the fun of the draft. Like no. I've seen it. I've actually seen it happen before, and like people get pissed about it. But sometimes it is what it is, you know. But we're all grown ass adults, you know. Jamie does have a good point, and maybe we should put this one: never drink and drive. Never draft and drive. Don't drink and drive. Make sure you finish your beer before you drive. That one's a kind of confusing one though, because if you finish your beer before you drive, that means you drive.
Drinking and driving. So
that is a good one.
In one of my home leagues, this guy had one of the guys. Like, this is when I first started, and I didn't know these guys. But apparently, one of the guys had a couple DUIs. So he had a truck come, and they put his car on the truck, and the truck drove him home and took his car off the truck. It was the most awesome thing I've ever seen.
That is incredible.
It was like this tow truck. It wasn't a tow truck, but because it had the wheels for the car to go up. It sat on the bed. He got in the car. He got in the truck. It was like, I guess, one of their friends drove him home, took the car off the bed, wasn't drinking and driving. It was awesome. I think that if you guys can do that, that is what you should do. But I am still abide by it. And don't pick someone that's already on the board. You won't have to take shots, and then you're not drinking and driving. Pay attention to the board.
I'm going to steal this one, though. I'm going to steal that one where if someone's on I'm going to suggest it to our league. So now we're going to go to the
5
actual draft rule.
Okay.
Sorry, Brad.
You're fine.
I'm trying to finish my 12-pack for the show.
Goals.
I have 3 more. It'll be very hard.
No, well.
But the number 1 rule is what you said earlier in the show. Know your rule. Know your rule setting.
Thank you.
I mean, like, hey, what's up, dude? What is it, his or her?
The one you could tell is a her. The other one, this one is a him. I don't know
Okay,
where
so
she
what's
went.
their name?
This is Jackie, and the puppy's Missy. She's probably
Oh.
pissing on the floor somewhere. God only knows.
Hey, they get excited sometimes.
They do.
Yeah, know your rules, because guess what? If you don't know your rules and you show up to the draft, you're gonna have a bad draft. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Nobody plays. Hey guys, I'm just letting you know. Super flex is a new thing. So if you don't know that there's a super flex league and you're drafting a one quarterback league setting, oh, you are F. And
You
guess
are.
what? Let's say PPR. Guess what? That's 2023, not 2005. Hey, Jeff Lambert. I know you're a little old. I know that, but we don't do touchdown leagues no more. We do PPR. Number 2. Oh boy. And here's the thing. Are you a fan of Mike Tyson? You know who Mike Tyson is?
Of course, I know who Mike Tyson is.
It is my best imitation of Mike Tyson. Yeah. Everybody got a plan until they get hit.
Yes, that is my favorite quote by Mike Tyson. Everyone has
I'm
plans and they
letting you
get
know
punched
right
in the
now.
face.
Don't be that guy that says, "Oh yeah, I read magazines. I got this. I mean, I went to the internet. Gerson told me to do this, do that. I'm going to do that." Guess what? Everybody got a plan until they get hit. Let's say this is a super flex league, right? And some Philadelphia Eagle fan says, "Yeah, I'm going to take Jalen Hurts number 101, and you're number 2." I mean, pretty easy. You just take Patrick Mahomes. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes your plans are going to change. Value will drop, you know?
Yeah.
Number 3, draft for value, not need. What I say by that, a lot of people want to fill out the roster so damn quick. That's their goal. They just want to fill out the roster, right? Well, let's say I have Patrick Mahomes. Actually, let's just do like the old school where everybody does one quarterback, right?
Okay.
So let's say I have, I don't know, Deshaun Watson, my quarterback. I have TMC, and then I have Rashad White, and then I have Garrett Wilson, then I have I can go on and on. Let's see. Let me think. Deontay Johnson, and then I have No, you're not gonna have Travis Kelsey if you had TMC. So let's say I have Mark Andrews in the second, in the third, and then the roster, and then you have a quarterback, you have a wide receiver, you have a running back, you have a tight end, and next thing you know, you're like, oh yeah, well I think I need to fill out my roster, so let's just keep going. I mean, I think I need a kicker or a defense. Don't be that guy. Just don't do that. Wait, you draft for value. And this is the way I always said this to people. I don't care how many wide receivers I have, how many running backs I have. I'm going to draft for the best value. What do you say? My main objective is fight, is love, be preventable but to kill.
Mike Tyson.
But that's the way I put it. Draft for value. So, okay, I'm on number 3, right?
Yep. We need number 4.
Number 4. Guys. We do this every year. Don't draft a kicker or a defense into your last 2 rounds. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Like, don't do that. Just
Do
draft
any
it.
of the Scott Fishbowl play kickers anymore?
Yeah, but the Scott Fishbowl's a little different.
Yeah.
They put kickers on steroids. I mean, they're not Martin Grammatica or whatever his name was. Yeah, you know that Grammatica kicker that did a fake field goal. He tore his ACL. Yeah, I mean that's the way I put it. But well, we go back to rule number 1: know your league settings, right?
Right.
But again, guys, kicker and defense go the last two rounds for sure. Um, Number 5. This is the last one, guys. Wait, what do you say? Pigeons been living with each other.
So we family kill each
Oh
other.
yeah, I know this. Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that. Is that Tyson too?
Yeah. No. I think Tyson said something like that, but it is true. He's a big. Mike Tyson was a big pigeon lover.
Huh. Did not know that either.
Number 5. Know your platform that you're playing on.
True. I like that one. That's my.
But the best thing, know your platform, but know your league mate. Because your league mate could be playing on other platforms. And that's when you take a combination of all of this, ADP. This guy likes this player better. Know your league, know your platform. Because I could be like, hey, Gladys. Oh my goodness. Okay, Gladys is on the clock. Who's she gonna take? I think she might take Pat Fryermuth. I think I have a chance. I think I might get. I don't know. Do you think she take Pat Fryermuth or Don Kincaid? I don't know. But honestly, for redraft, I hope you take Pat Fryermuth because he's pretty consistent. But that's the way I put it. Like, know your league, and like, just you have to figure this stuff out. But like, I wanted to give you a balance of like real life and then like the rule setting. Like when Gladys sent me, you want to do a 10 Commandment, I'm like, what, Dynasty, redraft, or what? Real life? What? Like, my mind went like, you ever seen that meme where he goes,
Yep.
yeah, my mind went like, and the funny thing is, I was listening to a podcast, I'm like, and I did all this list because I took my half-hour lunch, I did on that, and then when I had time, I kept doing it. I'm like, oh man, how would I do it? But those are the 10 commandments that I have.
Those are very great commandments. I've loved them all, especially the ones showing up on the draft. I love those the most. But you know what I love the most? Hearing your story. That was like the highlight of my night because I was like kind of pissed because Jay gave me last minute warning he's not going to be here, and I'm like, oh, at least Garrison wanted to talk to Jay, and now Garrison's going to be pissed because Jay's not here, and now it's not going to go well. And then Garrison started telling his life story, and everything magically went better. Is that the last one?
No, I have 3 more. I have 2 more.
You're not gonna.
No, but hey, to be honest here, and we're gonna give him we're gonna let him know you're on vacation. Jay, you missed out, man.
You did.
Honestly, I appreciate. I love you guys' show, by the way. I listen to you guys' show again. Like, I can't make it to my life. Like I said, I coach baseball, I coach football, I do this and everything. Like, my life is like 24/7. I gotta be doing something, and hopefully 7 hours of that I'm sleeping. Like, sleeping, working. 7 hours of that is sleeping. 10 hours of that is working, and then the rest of it is just like boom, 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 boom. Gym, this, that, this. Like, I'm just always on the move. I don't think people appreciate time in life. Like, I think that's the most underappreciated thing. And I mean, to be honest, like, I think I got asked like 2 weeks ago, what's the most valuable thing in your life? I told them, time. Because you never know when it's going to run out.
Exactly.
And that's the truth. But I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you having me on there. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
And always Gladys, I love you. You're awesome.
I appreciate you coming on, and I love you so much. So much. You guys, I'm not kidding. If you, during the season, and even off season when Garrison shows up randomly on podcasts, but during the season, you need to listen to this man. You need to listen to this man. Listen to this man. Listen to this man. Unless you don't want to win, then go ahead and listen to some other bullshit. But if you want to win, you need to listen to G. I'm not just saying it because he's on the Going for Two network. Even if he was on another network, I would tell you, you're drinking Bud Light.
Yes, I knew I was gonna get this stuff, but hey, I'm gonna Jamie. I knew you were gonna say this because here's the way I put it, man. I'm gonna go Charles Barkley on everybody right now. And honestly, he said, if you, he said, if you're gay, bless you. If you're trans, bless you. If you are who you are, bless you. I have no judgment, man. Like it is what it is. Beer is beer to me. I'll drink whatever beer. Honestly, I've never said to people, beer makes me different. I'll drink Corona. I'll drink Modelo's.
I think he's worried because Bud Light's like drinking water. I think that's what his point is.
Oh, okay, so that's good because I was gonna say this. Yeah, but here's the thing though. It all does the same job, right?
It takes a little bit more Bud Light than it would take like a Guinness to get you to the same spot.
But everything's the same percentage though. Like a normal beer, alcohol tolerance, like the alcohol in it is the same percentage, no?
No, I think light beers are lower percentage of alcohol. I think. I could be
The
wrong.
alcohol percentage in it. Is it not the same?
I don't think so. I think dark beers have more alcohol.
Okay, so I'm not gonna argue with someone as a bartender, that's for sure.
Well, like an IPA is a higher alcohol percentage than say a Bud Light. Guinness.
No, so if you buy it from a gas station, is it not the same?
Oh, I don't know. I've never bought beer from a gas station. I don't know. I don't drink beer that much, and B, I've never bought beer at a gas station.
I'm just letting you know that when I come out
in Utah, so it's probably all like 2% anyway.
No, they changed that law. Stop trying to diss my state. Take it easy for once in my life. No, I think it's 5. It is 5%. I know that it's 5%. It's the no regular state, countrywide, whatever it calls 5%, right? That's the statewide, the countrywide.
No, nope, it's not 5% here.
What's the countrywide percentage for beer?
It depends on what beer you're drinking. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Each beer has a different ABV. Each beer has a different IBU. It depends on which beer you're drinking. So the ABV of, say, an IPA is going to be higher than the ABV of a Bud Light because it has more alcohol percentage in an IPA than a Bud Light does.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamie. When I come and hang out with you,
in Cleveland,
when we go to actually, I don't want to say that because I want to hang out with you sooner. When we go to a playoff game for the Cleveland Browns.
You'll both
no, I'm kidding. I honestly think the Cleveland Browns can make the playoff this year. But
no way. They'd have to climb over the Steelers, and that's not going to happen.
I think they're better than the Steelers, but.
All right, and with that, we're going to end the show because that was such a bullshit that I can't even believe you said that out loud. We are going to blame the 8-9 beers that you've drank, even though you're drinking water, on that crazy, crazy statement. The Cleveland Browns are better than the Steelers.
We want to make a bet on this?
Yeah, let's do that. Who has a better record? Is that what we're betting? Who's going to have the better record at the end of the season?
I will bet you a hat. Like a Pittsburgh Steelers, and then I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan. Sadly.
All right.
So we'll do a hat.
A hat.
I bet you the Cleveland Browns will end the season with a better record than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn! And I get to pick my hat?
Whatever hat you want. Wait, do I get to pick my own hat?
Yeah, but you're not going to win, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Everyone, Jamie, you got this written down? Jamie and I have that.
Oh, we'll remember this.
Oh, yeah, we will, because I love hats. So, everyone, Browns are, oh my God, Jamie, shut your face. You know better than that.
Oh boy.
Oh, G, are you going to be on any other podcasts this week?
No, but I am going to be, I believe, let's see. When is Jeff's fantasy show? It's on Wednesday, right?
It's on Wednesdays, yeah.
So next week on July 26th, I'm going to be on a fantasy show. What is it? What's the name of the show? I know his show, but
armchair fantasy show, right?
yeah, the Armchair Fantasy Show. Yeah, on July 26th, I'm going to be replacing Ryan.
Oh,
For the show.
Ryan going on his honeymoon? Why are you replacing Ryan?
No, he's going on vacation.
Okay.
He's going on a
Well,
little
at least
minute.
he told him 2 weeks before, not the day before. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jay.
Yeah, Jay.
You know what messed up is that I wanted to come on this podcast for you, Gladys, but Jay was like, "I'm like, Jay, this guy, I like this guy because I want to argue with him a little bit."
You should.
But thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for
much
being on
love.
the show. Much love. And I will see everyone Thursday, actually, with Jamie and Adam Rank and Jeff and Jay. Oh shit, the Jay that used to work for the Jay used to be on Going for Two. I forgot.
Oh, Jay and what's his
JF.
name?
Feliciano. Is that it?
Yeah, Feliciano.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this is on Friday.
Thursday, we are going to be mock drafting villains. So, and my sister Terry.
You say Adam Rank?
Yeah, Adam Rank, Jeff, Jay, Jamie, my sister Shannon. We're gonna be mock drafting. What does Gladys post when the Steelers suck shit? Wow. Okay, first of all, suck shit. So inappropriate. Second of all, I owe him a hat if Cleveland has it better, and I owe you a Cleveland jersey. But they're like, I can get those for like a dime anywhere, so I'm not even worried about that.
I don't think you want to do this, Gladys.
Yeah.
Stop.
I do. There's no way Cleveland's gonna have a better record than.
Hey, I can't stop you.
No, there's no way. I'm doing it. It's done. It's done, Jamie. It's done. G, the bet's on. I'm shaking my own hand to show the bet's on.
Hey.
Okay. All right, everyone. We will see you soon. Again, listen to G. Like, all right, get on. What's your Twitter? Where's your Twitter thing? Where's your Twitter handle?
At Fantasy DFS.
At Fantasy G DFS, and you will win, and you will learn, and you will be happy that you did. And during the season, Sunday morning, Friday night, the man will be the man. And Jamie, I don't know that you're qualified to say that I'm crazy, even though it may be true. I don't think you're qualified to say that. All right, you guys, I love you, G, so much. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for saving me.
Thank you for having me on.
I have to be on myself. Jamie, thank you. Alex, thank you. Scott, thank you. Who's your other friend that I forgot? Scott.
Everybody, my friend.
Everyone is your friend. You have lots of friends. You have lots and lots of friends. Hal. Hal? Was it Hal?
Oh, Sal was definitely. He's a DFS player, that's for sure.
Yeah. So thank you all. Thank all you guys for joining in on the chat. G, you are spectacular. You are the most spectacular. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. My dogs are like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Bye.